Okay, here we go into Haven Suite 14212. So when you first walk in, you have your card in here to turn the lights on. You can push up for on, down for off, or you can hold up to brighten the lights or down to dim the lights. Up here you have your keypad, and you can mark it to make up the room, to do not disturb. It lights green, and you can adjust your temperature. Then as you move into the room, you have your TV, your coffee bar with all the extra silverware, wine opener. You've got coffee pods, tea bags, the bottle of wine that came with one of our complimentary meals due to our platinum status. And then you have a mini fridge. In there, I have the chocolate covered strawberries they brought us. One of our requests early on from our butler was orange juice for the room, so that's what's in the pitcher. And then we get 2 free waters, and then we've brought back some Coke Zeros for when we're thirsty in the room. One great thing about these rooms on the New Haven for Aqua is all the storage space. So you have this drawer, under these 2 drawers under the TV, just a soft push opens them and closes them back with soft closed drawers. You've got your ice bucket, wine glasses, a mini bench, the extra pillows that we asked for due to skin sensitivities, a table and chair, and then what did they give us today? Oh, talking about priority tendering at Great Stirrup Cay. Just FYI for any new people, in 2026 they'll have a dock there, so the tendering will stop. The lovely fruit basket that I sadly don't eat. And then we have information about disembarkation, and today they gave us cookies. So each day we walk in and there's usually a little like hors d'oeuvre or snack for us waiting. We got our complimentary Prosecco, another chair, an end table, and another sideboard type thing with 2 soft touch, push touch storage units. Like I was saying, there's so much storage over in this new room that even under the bed they have built-in storage. So now you can even store your luggage underneath the bed and hide it. Now, I did notice walking by some regular rooms that is not the case. You will still see an open underneath the bed, and you can still store your luggage. So the extra storage is the nice part for the drawers, make it slightly more usable. But either way, you can still store your luggage. So over here, you have your vanity area. The only thing I wish is that the seat had a handle on it to help make it easier to pull in and out. But you also can dim and brighten the lights here. Hold the button up, it gets brighter, gets dimmer. And then of course you've got the mirror on and off. That does not brighten and dim though. And then behind here you have a book with your in-room service, room service guide. Being in the Haven, you do get complimentary room service, and we have taken advantage of that for breakfast. Again, over here, you have your end table, all of that, and all the master switches for the room. And then you come into the bathroom. Please excuse the personal mess. You've got a double sink. And you get the lights, you've got your glasses if you need to wash your mouth, all that kind of stuff. Again, the lights are able to be brightened or dimmed in the bathroom. Not sure if you can see that. There we go. You've got of course, your bathroom area, your shower, that Also has a nice bench in there in case you need that. It's got the rainfall shower head plus the handheld shower wand. You've got the two knobs. This controls the rainforest head, the handheld, and the temperature. And then being in the Haven, they also provide you with the L'Occitane shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. And if y'all have if y'all have really sensitive skin like I do, L'Occitane is one of the few products I can use. So I don't even have to travel with my specialty sensitive skin shampoo and conditioner when I know I'm cruising in the Haven. So that's a really nice touch for someone like me. You come back out to the bathroom and you've got your L'Occitane hand soap and hand wash again. And then while the LMS does not come with the room, that is my personal product, you can buy LMS on the cruise ship in the spa area. Just an FYI, don't always assume that because they tell you it's tax and duty free that is the best deal. For example, right now, LMS on their direct website is having a 25% off site-wide. And then if you live in like the state that I do, it's not taxed. But the spa is running a special buy 3 get 1 free. But the LMS site is still the better deal. So just keep that in mind, that don't always fall for that it's the deal on the ship is going to be better. Do your research if you have quick time to get access your internet package. So if you do the more at sea, you get the 150 minutes free. So I would advise you to log that on before you agree to any buying anything. So quick thing to show you around the room. This is the king size bed. It's all these switches. So you have your night reader switch, which goes on and off up here. You've got 2 switches that control the shade there. So you have a screen switch and a curtain switch. So the screen switch is the one that has like the more visible see-through, and then the curtain switch is the darker one. So for example, I can close the screen one, I would push it down, hold it, and then once it starts, you can let it go. You can also stop it wherever you want to stop it at just by clicking it back up. So then if I want to move it back up, I hold it. Once it starts, I can let it go again. Same works for the dark curtain. You just hold it down, and when it starts, and this will help start the blackout process that you'll want for nighttime. Just to let y'all see how dark that makes that space. And that's that. And then to open it up again, you just hold it up. Once it starts, you can let it go. Then you have the doors to the balcony. The curtains work in the same way. So they have the arrows going sideways, right and left, and right and left for the screen one and the dark curtain one. And they work the exact same way. You hold it down, it's going to, or hold it up, it'll open up the screen one, the lighter shade ones. Once it starts, you can let it go. And then the darker ones, since those were already open, you hold it down once it starts. And that is on both sides of the bed, so you don't have to worry about you not being able to reach it if you need it and you're on a certain side of the bed. So going to open that back up because next we're going to move on to the balcony. So this is not my first Haven room. I've done Haven a few times on the Epic. And one thing I like about this Haven room versus the Epic is the balcony. It has so much nicer chairs. So I'm going to take you outside and show you that. So normally you have like those old-timey 90s loungers chair and lounge bed. And on here you have 2 nice oversized lounge chairs with a table. Nice and cushiony. Hopefully they'll stay, in good quality long term. But you can also adjust it. So if you want to lay it down, you can. Now that doesn't look very comfortable to me, but to each their own. And then to raise it back up, you can just set where you want to sit it at. And then it's nice to come out here, have your coffee in the morning. And then we have the view of the slide and downstairs. So you will often hear screams when someone is doing it. And you just saw somebody go down. So they tend to get stuck in that clear part right there. Wouldn't say it's the fastest moving slide. It's a dry slide. Mostly if you hear a scream, it's the initial drop because they have you stand up and down instead of sitting down to slide. But as you can see from the view up here, you've got the lay down beds down by the ankle deep pool. You've got the regular pool, infinity pool, and then the one over there I think goes up to waist deep. And then some showers. So back there is the indulged food hall, and I'll take y'all to that more later. But this is what it looks like from up here on the balcony. And then going back into the room. So I would say this is just your entry level Haven room. Unless you have a bigger family, which it is just me and my family member traveling with me, this is great size room. You've got plenty of space, storage space, that you're not fighting for space. You still get all the same perks of the Haven without the extra cost. My personal opinion on this ship though is that the Haven is not worth the cost. Versus maybe some of the other ships' cost versus value. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. While we've loved our experience on the Aqua, I can't say that at its current prices that I would pay for the Haven again. But one last look around. Beautiful room. Also, I'm not sure if anybody's even aware of what you get with the Haven. So you get your own private lounge area that has an inside bar, an outside bar. It has, which those bar hours vary depending on ship. So like the Epic, the main inside bar was only open at meal times, and the outside bar was open in between. Where on this one, the inside bar is open from 8 a.m. to basically shut bedtime at night about midnight. And the outside bar is open when the meal times and like during the day, basically. You have your own infinity pool, hot tubs, which I think I did in another video. And you've got access to a sauna and an ice room. Now, I booked a thermal spa on this ship, and that is separate from the Haven. In my opinion, that should be something included in the Haven, but it's not, because it's one of those things that it would just be a nice extra touch. They do give you the sauna and the ice room, but the full Haven, the full thermal suite is what's really nice. You also get your own private dining that does breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The food is really good. The menus stay the same all week. A lot of people make complaints about that. That would not be my biggest complaint, while it would be nice because the menu does not change from ship to ship. The food is just really good, where they focus on curating those items correctly instead of always trying to learn something new. But to each their own on that. There's a fish, there's a chicken, there's a beef, there's a pork usually, there's a vegetarian. So unless you're a vegetarian, I could see where that would get really tiresome for you, as there's just one vegetarian option every time. Really, what more could they do for you if you don't have any food issues? They're really good about asking if you have any food allergies at every meal, but there's also other options on the ship if you get tired of those. Of course, everybody's favorite is at dinner time in the Haven to get the surf and turf, which I will show y'all that later tonight in a different video. But yeah, so like I said, it's a great room, plenty of space, especially for just 2 people. The switches are a really nice touch. The Haven's been great. We've got great bartenders. Just wanted to give y'all a peek of what the room looks like and all its little features. Oh, the closet. Didn't even show you the closet. So you've got the soft touch doors, You open it up, and you've got a shoe rack at the bottom, which is nice. They give you a couple pool towels to start with. You're safe. You get 3 drawers. You've got two more shelves here. And then on the other side, as you saw, the light pops on when you open it. And as it closes, it will go off on its own. And then on the other side, you have another side. You've got your hanging space, which they also put another shoe rack at the bottom. I personally wish they hadn't, because that does not make the long hang actually long hang. So, and then you've got another shelf up top. So either no more shelf up top to really make it long hang, or no shoe at the rack at the bottom would have been more helpful for me, as all the dresses now are just bunched up. And then as you close it, this side the light goes off as well. And of course you have your safety instructions on the back. And you get a full length mirror. Oh, and then you also get these nice, comfortable Haven robes and slippers. We've used ours a lot. Like I said, we booked the thermal suite, so we'll go down to the thermal suite in our bathing suits with the robes over us, and then switch to the robes down there that are like the more beachy type to absorb the water better, so we don't ruin these robes. But yeah, I think that's everything. Hope you guys continue to watch and see what's coming as I get started.